Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while. But in this video, I just want to make it a little video about how to apply for a working holiday visa as a UK citizen for Japan. So there's a couple of steps which are needed for the working holiday visa. So hopefully I can explain this to you in a clear and concise way. Out of the things what you need a UK passport, you need a visa application form, a CV, an outline of intended activities, written reason for the working holiday visa, £2,500 of cleared funds, and a passport size photo. So let me go into all of the different things you need and explain a little bit, as I really wish I had this for myself. So UK passport, when you fill in your application, you give it to them, the original, and they take it for the duration that they're checking over your application. You need a visa application form. And on the visa application form, you don't have to worry about the guarantor and the reference part of the form. Just leave that blank and fill in everything else on the application form. Your CV, it can be a general CV, so don't worry about it making it very specific for this working holiday visa. You can just use your normal one you would apply for a normal job with. So I use my creative version because, I'm a video editor. Now it comes to the tough parts, which could be the make or break with your application, as sometimes they can, from what I've seen on the internet, just straight up reject your application and not really give you a clear reason as to why. Those things are your outline of intended activities. So this is a working holiday visa. So the intention of the visa is for you to do some working and do some traveling. So if in your outline of intended activities you'd like to work for the duration of your visa, then that is not really looked kindly upon, as they kind of want someone who can do a little bit of traveling and stuff in that. So what's important is in this document, you kind of have to make it so that you're doing a lot of different things on your intended activities. And whether you follow through with this or not, when you land in Japan, it's up to the individual's discretion. I'll put some examples of that because I found some examples online of some people who have already done their intended activities, and then you can kind of customize and make it as you like. Other than that, you need a written reason for a working holiday visa in Japan. So again, you kind of have to make it so that you have a genuine interest in the country and going to Japan, seeing what's going on there, the sights, the culture, the food, even the language if you have an interest in that, and make it as thorough and detailed as possible. Even if you have an interest in anime, try your best not to make it too focused on one thing like anime, as they want well-rounded people for the working holiday visa application. As well as the sixth thing that you need is £2,500 of cleared funds. This could either be in your bank account or it can be in savings. I had most of my money in savings, so I just gave them proof of my savings in terms of a bank statement. So I gave them the original bank statement, what I printed from the bank, and I don't think they give you these documents back, so make sure it's not like a letter, it's just something you print off. And the last thing you need is a passport size photo which has been taken in the last 6 months, and literally that's it. So for me personally, it took me around a week or two to get all this stuff together, do the research, ask some friends to proofread some of the stuff what I wrote and all of that sort of stuff. I did it close to the new tax year in Japan, right, which is April. And in April, that's when they basically renew the amount of visas that are available for Japan. And the visas that are available for Japan, there's around 1,000 available for the whole of the UK. So if you want to go to Japan and you don't want to chance it, make sure to apply as close to April as possible, just for a chance to, get your visa. But at this point, so when I'm recording 25th of February 2023, there are still visas available. So if you're the person who wants to think about it, make sure you get things sorted and etc. You could wait up to now, but I would advise you to try and apply it as soon as possible. So when I went to the visa office to get my visa, it was a very simple process. You go in, you say what you want to do, they give you a ticket, you sit down, and then you go to a counter, and then the person basically checks your documents. They may ask you some questions based on the documents you provide. For me, it was just 1 or 2 small questions, and then they give you a little receipt and they tell you that you should be back in a given time. For me, it was a very short time, right? So just a week. And then I came back and they said it was okay, and I paid the amount for the visa. It's a very small amount. And then after that, I got my passport back and my visa was on the passport, and that is it. The visa has like the initial date the visa was issued, and it has an expiry date where that basically means this is the last day you can basically enter Japan, right? What you'd want to do, you'd want to enter the country anytime between that date. And I think even in the application form, it asks you about your intended date you'd like to go to Japan. Just put a date, what you're thinking of going. Doesn't have to be exact. And basically with the issue date and the expiry date, you can enter the country at any time there. And then when you enter the country, you have to do all of the stuff you have to do to settle into the country, which is another video. A limitation of the visa is that you have to apply to the visa when you are basically between 18 and 30 years old. A good thing is that you can apply for the visa, so give in your application up to the day before your 31st birthday, and then that is counted, right? And then you'll be fine. You'll put in the application and you should be able to get a decent result when you're coming to Japan. That's all the information I wanted to put through for the working holiday visa. I hope it's everything you need. This is a lot of the stuff what I didn't really get when I was going through my application, so I really hope it helps. And yeah, hopefully you'll come to Japan just like me. It's only been my first month here, so I can't really say too much, but feel free to follow my journey, and I'll hope to share some more soon. So see you guys.